University of Otago researchers are recruiting expectant Dunedin mums for a new study. The Kiwi Women and Iodine in Pregnancy study follows a 2009 government decree that iodised salt be added to all bread. Dr. Sheila Skeaff from the Department of Human Nutrition joins us this evening with the background. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, tell us a little bit about the study and what you're looking at.
Well, we're trying to recruit pregnant women in Dunedin. We've already recruited pregnant women in Wellington and in Hamilton to see if they're getting enough iodine in their diets. Iodine is something that you find in food, and we want to make sure that pregnant women are eating enough of that.
Why is iodine added to our food?
Iodine's added to our food because we need it to survive. It's needed for thyroid hormones, which are made in the thyroid gland here at the base of the neck. And we don't get enough iodine typically in our diets in New Zealand because we have low levels of iodine in the soil.
What is the history of iodine in food?
Well, iodine deficiency was very common in New Zealand, particularly in the 1920s up till the 1950s, because we didn't have enough iodine in our foods and because of not enough iodine in the soil. And then in the 1930s it was added to salt, and that improved iodine status. And then again in the 1960s was included in dairy products. But then in the 1990s, both of those things kind of dropped away, and we had a problem with what we call the re-emergence of iodine deficiency.
And the government in 2009 ruled that iodised salt must be added to bread. Why was that brought in?
Well, that was brought in because bread is a staple food that's eaten by most people in the New Zealand population, and it was relatively easy just to change salt, which is added to bread and is commonly found in bread, and just replace that with iodized salt. So it was an easy way to improve the iodine intakes of people in New Zealand.
Now, you're after a bunch of expectant mothers. How many are you after, and what will their role be?
Well, we're looking for 100 women in Dunedin. We particularly like women in their first trimester because it's always hard to get women in the first trimester, so they just need to ring us. We'll be completely confidential if they don't want that to be known. And it's a relatively simple study. We just like them to give us a urine sample. Pregnant women are quite used to doing that because a lot of the iodine in the diet comes out in the urine. A very small blood sample, if possible, and to fill in a short questionnaire.
What do you hope to discover from your study?
Well, what we're trying to find out is if the addition of iodized salt to bread has actually improved the amount of iodine that pregnant women are getting in their diets. And also there's a recommendation from the Ministry of Health that pregnant women take iodine supplements. So we also want to see whether the supplements that some women are taking is also improving iodine status, or whether they need them or not.
And when do you expect to have the results published?
We hope to have the study finished by the end of the year, and we would hope to have the results published next year.
Wonderful. We wait with bated breath. Dr. Sheila Skeaff from the Department of Human Nutrition, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.